police shot 18-year-old Ramarley Graham.
The officer who shot the 18-year-old to death in Wakefield had no street-level experience.
He did not follow department guidelines when he entered Ramarley Graham's apartment.
What happened that day, February 2nd, Ramarley was walking with two friends on White Plains Road. There was a bodega the cop was surveilling. You know, he had nothing to do with Ramarley or his friend. They was just watching the bodega called the Icebox. So when Ramarley walked past, he must have stopped into the bodega and came back out. And then when he came back out, he saw his two friends. He gave them a pound and pulled his pants up. And this is when the cops say they saw a butt of a gun. There's a video that show Ramarley walking from the bodega, that show him pull up his pants. There's another video that show him when he turned his on the block walking. And then the third video that was on the house where we live that show him walking in. The media put out there, the police put out there how he was a hot pursuit. They chased Ramarley. Unknown to them, it was 3 videos that show him actually walking. You see the officer kicking the door, turning his back, you know, putting his face to the door, looking in. Eric Dixon, that lives on the first floor, heard the noise. Eric sent his son Javion to go look if it was a kid. Javion opened the door. They got a gun pointing in his face. The cop telling him to step out. They proceed run through the house, open the front door for the rest of the cops. Then they proceed run upstairs to my apartment, kick in the door. When my mom was in the house and she heard the commotion too, she was walking to the door to see what was going on. As she almost get to the door got kicked in. So she jumped back. Richard Haste fired a bullet and she thought it was her. So she said she clenched her chest, like looking down, because that's how close she was. She said she remembered that Ramarley was behind her. She didn't see Ramarley behind her. So when she looked down, she said Ramarley's body was half of his body was inside the bathroom and his foot was hanging out the door of the bathroom. After they shot Ramarley, within 50 minutes, the body was taken away. Why is that? I don't know, because you see people get shot in the street and body laying there for hours. Why did you even move him? Why not wait for the medical examiner to come and the crime scene? Instead, they clean up the mess. They even clean up the blood. I had buckets in there. They used that to clean up the blood. Why did you do that? The headline was drug bust gone wrong. That was like every paper you could think of. Not only that, they went as far as put a video of a person running and tried to say it was my son. The police put their story out first to get the public to demonize the person that's already been killed. Officer Haste was originally charged with manslaughter 1 and 2. Judge Stephen Barrett decided to throw out the case on a technicality. He gave us the option to go back to the grand jury or appeal. So we felt that we was going back to the grand jury because we had strong enough evidence to get the first indictment. So we felt that we could have took a chance again to get a second one. But the second one voted no true bail. The feds came in and said that they're going to investigate the case. Especially in cases where it involves police. It's a high burden you have to prove. And people are like, oh, it looks cut and dry to us. But for them, they have all these legality they have to go through and prove that the cop intention was to kill the kid.
I am Ramarley! I am
Ramarley! This act, what they did to my son, what these officers did to my son, was just plain wrong. These people wasn't acting like police officer. They was acting like they're in a war zone. But it's not over. We have 2 more officers, the partner John McLaughlin and the Sergeant Scott Morris that was also involved. All a cop have to do are say, I fear for my life. And once those words come out their mouth, forget it. That's they get out of jail free card. And these DAs and these judges, they all work together. My life right now is about around activism and getting justice. I'm a voice for him, and I'm a voice for a lot more boys and girls, because I look at it, these boys and girls are my children. I didn't birth them, but they became my child.